Good evening. Welcome to current affairs session, December 31st, 2014. So this is the last day of the year 2014. So hopefully you might have enjoyed completely the year 2014. So successfully you might have taken certain steps, but there is no necessity to any worry because whatever the steps you have taken in this year 2014, so definitely that will become fruitful in the year 2015. So whatever is going to happen from tomorrow onwards, definitely it will give you lots of joy and happiness and success in your life. So with respect to this year, so we bid a farewell, nice farewell to the year 2014. Now, so let me start the session. Let me open the document. We'll have a discussion. Look at this, December 31st. I said farewell to 2014 and we welcome the new year. Now, here we have one point here. This is the assets disclosure. So this is a particular point that is related to the central government employees. For quite a long period of time, say there is a demand in the society that even the government officials and the politicians must disclose their assets. But otherwise, these are the people who are enhancing their assets like anything. But maybe the politicians or the government officials, they are supposed to work for the welfare of the people. Hence, they are expected to be very clean and very neat. Unfortunately, sometimes the Indians feel that it's a fact, in fact, where certain officials and the politicians are corrupt. That is the reason, in order to have the transparency, a system was already introduced where the politicians must declare their assets. So now it is a turn of the government employees at the central level. That's the reason yesterday the decision was taken by the government of India. Of course, the Prime Minister I'm talking about. And he asked all the departments in various ministries to make the arrangements by the end of January the coming year, that is 2015 January 31st, so that all the officials in each department at the central level will be disclosing their assets very soon, so that will create a sense of transparency. The people also will look at the assets and how exactly they are increasing their assets. So meaning this is a mechanism of putting the pressure on those people to work with the sincerity and transparency. So it's a welcome gesture. Of course, this is not the first time where the government has spoken like this. Various governments, both at the central level and also at the state levels, they have spoken in these terms. But the fact is that it's a new government with lots of dynamism. Hopefully, we'll see certain concrete steps will be taken and the assets of these government employees will be disclosed. I am talking about the central government employees, right? And once it is done at the central level, so obviously, so the states will also be under pressure to go for it. So to disclose the assets of the employees. Now, look at the screen, please. The Department of Personnel and Training issued orders to all the departments that they must make preparations by January end of 2015, so that all the government servants will be disclosing their assets. So this is a fantastic one. Now, depending on this one, kindly share everyone who is there with me today. You know that there is a concept of corruption. Corruption is present in a rampant manner in India. India is one of the top countries in the world where there is so much of corruption. That is the reason we cannot say that there is no corruption in India. It is really rampant. And during this time, disclosing such type of assets, is it going to produce any positive results for the nation? And I want you to think on these lines. Now, you know that there are corrupt people in the government, and the government has taken a mechanism, a step forward, where these people will be disclosing their assets. What is going to happen with this? So in this particular format, I want you to think on these lines. Look at this. For your purpose, thinking purpose, I gave you this statement. Think. Is this a welcome gesture? That is a point. Kindly think of this. Here I have a question for you. Kindly look at the question. The political head of the Department of Personnel and Training. Who is this? Since beginning this particular department, it is called Department of Personnel and Training. This is a part of Ministry of Personnel and Training. Kindly see here. For some people, if you are not aware of this one, let me say something. I am typing certain things on the screen. Have a look at this. So many times you might have come across with the concept of the ministry. And whenever I use the word ministry, it is a portfolio. It's a larger area where a minister will be appointed to look into the affairs. That's the reason we have finance minister. He is the head for finance ministry. Agriculture minister, he is the head for agriculture ministry. Ministry is an office. Minister is a person who is the head of the office. Defense minister, he is the head of the defense ministry. Now you understood what is the meaning of the ministry. And kindly remember, each ministry is divided into departments. Kindly make a note of this, very, very important one. I'm just telling you, of course, they will not ask you these things in the examination. But whenever you are reading, wherever you are reading, there should be a clarity. So that is my intention. That is the reason why I'm providing this information to you. So each ministry is divided into departments. Depending on the size of the ministry, there may be one department, two departments, three departments, or four departments. So that will vary from ministry to ministry. But now I am talking about the Ministry of Personnel and Training. It is, in fact, it is called Ministry of Personnel, Pensions and Public Grievances. So since the beginning, this particular ministry is headed by the Prime Minister. So even today also, this department is working under this ministry is under the control of the Prime Minister. And that in that particular ministry of personnel, pensions and public grievances, one department, there are three departments in this ministry. And out of these three, one department is a Department of Personnel and Training. Kindly look at the word. I am using the word personnel here. When I use the word personnel, I am talking about the employees. That's the reason why sometimes you will come across with the word personnel management. That is nothing but employees management. And this is one of the very, very important departments that is present in India, where all the personnel will be coming under the purview of this particular department, and it is headed by the political head for this department is the Prime Minister of India. Just remember these points. Now, so if you look at the question, the political head of the Department of Personnel and Training is the President, the Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, or the Home Minister, and the answer is the Prime Minister of India. Just remember this one. It's a very frequently asked question in the examination. Now, let me move a little bit down. Now look at this. Sometimes you will come across with this word particular concept. This is called an inland terminal. An inland terminal that is connected to a seaport through rail or road is called. Now see here, what is the basic idea? If you look at this particular one, the basic idea with regard to this particular question is, this is very much there in the news nowadays. Look at the country. On three sides we have the coastal area. That is the reason why it is called Indian Peninsula. So peninsula is an area where it is covered by water on three sides, and one part will be covered by the so-called surrounded by the land. And if you look at India, so we have the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, and the Arabian Sea, all the three sides. But when you look at some of the states here, only few states have the coastal area, meaning the sea touches these states. But there are so many states in the country where there is no coastal area. They are called in sorry, they are called inland areas. So what do you mean by this? If the seaport is there, so the transportation becomes easy and the goods can be supplied to those states with waters through the waters. But when it comes to the inland states, obviously you need to take up the only railways and the road transportation supports. That's the reason why a new concept has come. Of course, it's a very old concept being practiced in various countries. India also has a mechanism. So this mechanism is nothing but linking the inland to the seaport, linking the inland to the seaport through the rail or through the road transportation. And what do you call this? This type of ports, if they are established, they are called the dry ports. They are called the dry ports. I'll just show you the question. It is there in the news. That is the reason I'm talking to you. After showing you the question, again I'll come back to you on the screen. An inland terminal connected to a seaport through rail or road is called direct port, seaport, airport, or D is the dry port. Answer is the dry port. Am I clear? Kindly remember. So this is called the dry port. So in any examination, it may be a question and you may be asked to identify what is the answer for this type of question. And if it is the same question, the answer should be the dry port. Now let me tell you why exactly this is there in the news today. For example, if you look at this very recently, we have created a 29th state in India that is called Telangana state. And Telangana was a part of Andhra Pradesh and it was bifurcated this year. And when Telangana was a part of Andhra Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh was having lots of coastal area. So hence the goods that are necessitated even to the Telangana region that was coming through the coastal area because Telangana was also a part of the Andhra state. Hence the government of Telangana has requested the central government to come out with certain mechanisms where the problems with the transportation of the goods will be reduced. That is the reason why the union government has announced yesterday saying that so they will be making a dry port for Telangana. It's a good gesture, in fact, so that the transportation problems will be reduced even for Telangana state. That is the reason why it is there in the news. But my interest in talking about this one today is that I want you to know what is the meaning of the dry port. Okay, now you know the meaning of this. And if you look at this, answer is D. Look at this. This is constructed for those areas which are without any coastal areas. If there is no coastal area, then this particular dry land is constructed. Next point, you can look at this. The union government has promised the same to the newly created state, that is the Telangana. Just remember this, okay? But kindly don't forget what is the meaning of the dry state. Sorry, this is the dry port. Now, I'm going to this next point. This is called I'm talking something about the disqualification. See here, in fact, I spoke to you some of the points regarding this particular one with you sometime back. And this is the topic that I'm talking to you regarding the anti-defection law. And kindly think certain points here. I'll be sharing some information with you. Kindly think on those lines. In India, we have a particular law called anti-defection law. And that particular anti-defection law is mentioned under the 10th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Of course, it was not present in the original Constitution, but it was added later through the 52nd Amendment over a period of time. So the basic idea of this particular law is that to prevent the members of the parliament, to prevent the members of the state legislature from jumping from one political party to the other political party. This is the basic idea. You might have seen, you may be living in any state in India. In most of the states, if you follow your politics very clearly, it's a very, very common phenomenon. The politicians are jumping from one political party to the other, even before the election or even after the election. If it happens before the election, nothing will happen, and the people are not unhappy with that. But unfortunately, some people, they are jumping to some other political parties after the election. And now the law makes it very, very clear. If anybody jumps to other political party after getting elected, that particular person must be disqualified. And the disqualification decision can be decided by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or the Speaker of the Assembly, or the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and the Chairman of the Legislative Council. But unfortunately, what is happening in some of the states where the ruling party, there is a party that is there in the power, it is alluring some of the members who belong to some other political party, and it is attracting them to join their party so that they are being shown certain benefits. Recently, also in the Telangana region, after the formation of the new government, the Chief Minister has expanded his cabinet. But some of the people, they belong to other political party and who got elected to the assembly. And those people, before he was appointed as a minister, he joined from other political party called Telugudesam. He joined a party called Telangana Rashtra Samiti, that is a party that is there in the power. And when this particular person joined the other party, Telangana Rashtra Samiti, a complaint was lodged before the Speaker of Telangana Assembly, so to disqualify that person. So this is the procedure how you will disqualify a person, and the decision should be taken by the Speaker. But unfortunately, what happened is that in most of the cases, not just in Telangana, the Speaker is a person who is expected to act in an unbiased manner. He is a person who is expected to act with lots of neutrality. But unfortunately, in most of the cases here, he belongs to the political party that is there in the power. Obviously, he is listening to the advice and the directions that are given by the political party. Since other political party members are coming to their own political party, the Speaker is taking his own time for disqualifying the members. Is it not against the principle of the law? Is it not against the spirit of the Constitution? This is the fundamental question. But what is this spirit? Nowhere mentioned in the Constitution. It should be followed. The spirit has to be followed by, at least by those officers who are holding the constitutional positions like Speaker. But unfortunately, the Speaker of Telangana has not taken any decision, and later that person has joined the cabinet of Telangana. So now he is a minister. That's the reason why yesterday the people who belong to Telugudesam party, they went to Governor of Telangana. Of course, the same person is a common governor for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. They went and met the governor, and they have explained the whole situation to the governor to look into the issue. Of course, the governor cannot do anything in this case, but being the head of the state, it is always important to take certain things to the notice of the governor. So this is what happened yesterday. And governor, the news is that he heard very keenly and he wanted to know more about this, how exactly happened. But whatever that has happened, when a disqualification petition of a person is pending before the Speaker, is it proper that the same person can be appointed as a minister? And all the people who are writing the civil service examination, these type of examples are very, very important to you. So in any examination you are writing in future, especially the descriptive type of answers, kindly use this one, or use any other example so which is happening in the recent past. So meaning whatever the answers you are writing in the mains, so the current affairs touch must be given. That's a point. Okay. Now, so regarding this, I was at a point, let me talk to you regarding this. The political parties are demanding for the removal of a newly appointed minister in Telangana. The reason is only this. It is because of this person was there in some other political party called Telugu Party, and they have lodged a complaint with the speaker to disqualify him from the membership of the assembly. When that particular petition is pending, the same person has been appointed as a minister. That's the reason why it is there in the news. This gained significance because of the anti-defection law. Okay. Now, I have one or two questions. I'll just show it to you now with you. Look at this. Which schedule of the Indian Constitution mentions about the anti-defection law? Important, important, very frequently asked question in any examination. Answer is, I told you already, option 3. That is the 10th schedule of the Indian Constitution talks about the anti-defection law. Now, so option 3 is the answer. Look at this. It was added through the 52nd Amendment. So originally it was not there in the Indian Constitution, but later it has been added to the Indian Constitution. Right? Now, I have another question for you, important one rather. Look at this. I'll just make some arrangement here. Yeah. Now look at this. Important one again is the latest one. What is the new name of IRDA? IRDA stands for Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. So this is a statutory body that was created through an act of the parliament, and it is existing in India for quite a long period of time. And the basic idea of creating the IRDA is only the thing is that it is an insurance regulatory and development authority. So this is an authority which will be controlling all the insurance companies that are operating in India. Look at the name here. The words are itself, they are indicating this is an authority which is regulating insurance, and it will also contribute for the development of this. And since its inception, the name is IRDA, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. But now the question is that what is the new name of IRDA? This IRDA has been changed to IRDA of India. Option C is the answer. Kindly look at the answer here. How do you change it? First of all, whenever you want to change the name of any statutory body, again you need to follow the same procedure. Again, you need to follow the same procedure like how it was created. IRDA was created by introducing a bill in the parliament and a pass in the parliament. And today, I was telling you some time back, let me tell you after some time again, we have a concept called insurance bill. That insurance bill was pending in the parliament for a quite long period of time. And because of the ruckus that has been taken place in the parliament, this bill was not discussed and the bill was not passed. But now we have Insurance Amendment Act that is already introduced in the parliament. And once it is accepted, if it is passed, the FDI of this 26% can be increased to 49%. And this is an attempt that is made by the government of India, but unfortunately the bill was not cleared. But later we have seen the government has issued an ordinance. What is ordinance? I'll talk to you after some time. The government has issued an ordinance, and whenever it issues ordinance, the contents of this particular ordinance will come into effect immediately. And it came into effect also. And the same Insurance Amendment Act, which came out in the form of ordinance, it consists of the name of this IRDA to be changed to IRDA of India. That's the reason why the name has already been changed. Now it is called IRDA of India. That's the reason why it is there in the news. Kindly remember this. Next one. Let me show you the document once again. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have ABCD, and the answer is C. Look at this. Next one. Note. This took place after the President of India issued ordinance on insurance Ordinance Act. Okay. Now, look at this. Another question I have. Who of the following is empowered to promulgate the ordinances? The cabinet, the prime minister, the finance minister, or the president of India? Kindly remember, this is answer is the D. It is the president of India who promulgates ordinances. Kindly remember very clearly. Now, I'll explain you tomorrow what is the meaning of this ordinance in a detailed manner. I'll tell you. But otherwise, kindly remember, once the ordinance is issued by the president of India, it comes into immediate effect. That is the basic idea. You need not go to the parliament. For a temporary period of time, you can run the show with the ordinance, and the constitution is permitting the president of India to give such ordinances. Promulgation means issuing the ordinance, announcing the ordinance. But kindly remember, the president of India will act on the advice of the council of ministers headed by the prime minister. Next, notes here. This is issued by the president of India on the recommendation of the cabinet headed by the prime minister. And Article 123 of the Constitution, it mentions about the ordinance. I'll tell you in a detailed manner tomorrow regarding Article number 123. Look at this another point. New ordinances on coal block allocation, Insurance, Land Acquisition Act, Arbitration and Conciliation Act, etc. All these have come through the so-called ordinances. Very, very important. Just kindly remember this. This is the point. But when it comes to ordinance, let me have a detailed discussion. It takes a lot of time. I'll have a discussion with you tomorrow. But apart from this, I have some more questions. But kindly remember, I want you to remember this. Ordinances are issued by, are promulgated by the President of India. And this particular question gained importance because the government has come out with various ordinances. That is the reason the government of the day is being criticized. Look at this. Coal block allocation ordinance, Insurance ordinance, Land Acquisition Act. Even for this also ordinance has been issued, and with respect to Arbitration and Conciliation Act also, right? So meaning there is an amendment. So an ordinance is going to be issued very, very soon. Look at this. Look at this. National Police Academy is located at, most of you must be knowing. So this is the academy, police academy at the national level, that will provide the training to the newly selected IPS officers and all the people who got selected through UPSC examination for IPS. They will come to Hyderabad and they will have a training here. They'll be spending good amount of time and they'll be properly trained to meet the needs and requirements of the nation. So answer is option 4. Kindly remember this. Next, I have one more point. Kindly have a look at this. Who of the following was the first woman director of NPA? Kindly see here. I would like to share some information. Why this question is important? This question is important because I am talking about a woman officer. Kindly remember, so the women are also playing equal role in the development of the society. The basic idea is that all these days they were not given importance. That's the reason why the strengths and strategies and the intellectual capacities that were present, they were just present like that. But we have so many examples in the country, maybe like Kiran Bedi, maybe like Sushma Swaraj, Sonia Gandhi, or so many, are the chief ministers like Mayawati, or Mamata Banerjee today, or Vasundhara Raje, or this Jayalalitha. So many people are there who are considered to be really excellent people. Clear? And over a period of time, the importance of the women has also increased like anything. And they are not a second to men, and they can take and lead the whole situation. They can lead the institutions also. Similarly, that is the reason why. Kindly remember, whenever you come across with any question like, who's the first woman head for so-and-so organization? Kindly remember this, because it is women, the importance of the women is growing, because we are following the concept of empowerment of women. That question will become important. Let it be related to any state. Don't worry about that. Let it be related to any institution that is present in the country, just don't worry, but remember that particular point, right? So in this capacity here, I have a question for you, and this question is related to the National Police Academy. So who of the following was the first woman director of NPA? Kiran Bedi, you must be knowing, she is the first woman IPS officer of India. Durga Shakti Nagpal, she was very much there in the news sometime back because of her dynamism in dealing with the cases from Uttar Pradesh. She was suspended over a period of time. You must be knowing this person. So Kiran Bedi is not the answer. Durga Shakti Nagpal is also not the answer. But option C, this is the Aruna Bahuguna. Sorry, this is the Aruna Bahuguna. So this is the answer for this particular question. She was the first woman director of NPA, National Police Academy. And kindly remember this name. When it comes to G. Rohini, she is the first woman Chief Justice for Delhi High Court. Kindly remember, it is the Rohini here. But for our question, the answer is option C, Aruna Bahuguna. At the same time, I want you to remember even this name. She is at present, even today also, she is the Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. Rather, she is the first woman Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court. Right? Now, so with a grand note, with a high note, with a lots of happiness, because we did something, we initiated certain procedures, and hopefully the same steps will more strength that will be leading us to the new year. That's the reason very happily we'll bid farewell to the year 2014, expecting that, and every step and every stride in our life, the next year, it is going to be very, very rosy. And I personally acknowledge my thanks to you for being with me and showing lots of interest to learn so many things. And nothing will be going to be wasted. And hopefully in the new year, I sincerely wish to see everybody, every one of you with me now, to be in a very, very good positions in India. And I'll be very, very proud if I can see good human beings also. It is not just the good officers, I told you. So hopefully you will make me proud, you will make the nation proud, and you will make the parents proud of you. So thank you so much for being with me, and I'll be stopping it here, and tomorrow we'll meet freshly at 9 o'clock in the evening on the eve of this new year. So we'll be meeting again. Thank you so much. Take care, and hopefully some of you may be going for celebrations. Go, but take very good care. Don't spend too much of time on the roads, please. The atmosphere is not good. It is very, very cold. Don't see that your health will be affected. Take lots of care. That is the highest priority. And if you are celebrating at home or at some other places, that's well and good. But take very, very good care. Don't drive after the whole party. Ultimately, I would like to say take care, and I wish you to see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much. Take very good care.